Hey guys, it's me, Little Sunshine, coming with you today on Valentine's Day of all days. I usually make them around the 14th or 15th, and today just happens to be Valentine's Day. I always call these kind of your now you scopes, your your tarotscopes for your now you wary, because whenever you do get this message, if it's still February, if it's into March, it's meant for you right now in your now moment. So I pulled some cards for us. We're starting with Earth signs, and we'll just jump right into it, guys. I'm super excited to be here with you for another month. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Sending all the love in the world to you and through these cards with this message. So, funny enough, it was kind of easy for me to do earth signs first because Taurus and Virgo got the same card. So I'll kind of, if you see cats roaming around behind me, we're fostering one right now. And she's a good little addition. She's got really a calm energy with her. So I'm glad to see she's kind of over the hissing stage at my two little ones. Okay, so we'll start, since it is two separate ones anyway, we'll start with Virgo, and I'm trying to remember which one you got, because I have two different decks. The reason why Virgo and Taurus got the same card, well, other than it was divine wisdom, I used two different decks, and I was pulled to my old deck first, which, yeah, you are the old deck cards. So I'll just flip it up here, guys, without further ramblings of me. But I have two different decks, and I was drawn to these ones first. I actually started with you, Virgos. That you got the Six of Swords. I'm all counting out the swords. So this card is it's getting away from something. You're leaving, I always think, just something negative and behind. On the boat, we have, kind of two people. I was even I saw this card, and it's funny because the two different versions of this card are very different. But kind of a same meaning of, just how even if we leave a relationship, we kind of are left with this feeling of just even if you've matured past those, first love kind of feelings that you've gone through a couple relationships and maybe they ended dramatically and it was just, done and you knew it was done. Maybe this was a different kind of ending where you're more mature now and it's now I really have to just be mature about this and deal with a breakup, and you have all this wisdom behind you. Not necessarily a breakup. I more or less think of it as leaving negativity behind or something of that nature, of just you kind of knew that you were going to have to leave it behind, and that's okay. So the way I worded it too was just that maybe it's something more related to, so not necessarily a relationship. If it is the relationship for you, then you're working through those feelings. That they're there and that you have to have them, and then you kind of have to remind yourself that you're human and, oh yeah, I still do get these feelings too. But it's still hard, it is hard to lose something. So if it's even a job, or maybe you're switching or transitioning, it's something that you knew you were a place, a housing environment that you kind of knew that you were leaving it behind. And I guess the key for you this month is kind of try to feel as positive about the change as possible. Know that, your higher self is working out for you. They're pulling all these strings that are going to lead you to other things. How many times in life have you, gone through something that was horrible, and now you look back and you go wow, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am, learned these lessons that I've learned, if I didn't go through that awful, rotten experience that you wish that you didn't go through. But there it is. It's kind of like you're leaving it behind. I also kind of, because I write these out for a magazine also, that to not let your fears, what else did I put in here? The what ifs slow you down. Kind of like that whole fear of leaving something behind sometimes. Like sometimes it is really hard that, we start thinking of maybe I can work on it, maybe this isn't the right decision. All those what ifs kind of spring forward. And sometimes they're just confirmations for you just to examine the situation again and you know in your heart what is best. And, in my past, there's been times where like it's been a relationship. These cats go around me and it reminds me of like a shark sometimes. Like I see their tails go by and stuff. But anyway, for me, like it was, like relationships I knew that I needed to get out of and they were done like way before. That even hit that final just like breaking point, like I don't know, did movies teach us that there has to be like this final just like big dramatic ending or something? But you knew it was done and you just accept it, and maybe this time it's done with just a little bit more maturity where it's like, I know it's here and it's time to leave it behind. So leave it behind, Virgos. I promise you, as always, just coming from your higher self, that in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be for the best good. So have a great month ahead. We're going to jump right into Taurus, since it was kind of the same card, even Taurus, as if you were listening. Maybe I should put a little disclaimer that this is kind of for both of you anyway. But this was your exact card. If you skipped ahead, Tauruses, you got the same card as Virgo, only in a different deck of cards. So what do we see here? My fun little deck here said the the lunatic of negativity is like reigning over in his castle, and I got this really big like Trump vibe. So there he is, and we can look up to him with a little bit of wisdom and just that, okay. So even if it's not as high as the presidential, wow, the sun is rising here in Michigan on the sunny day. I love the sun. But maybe it's in your personal life that we're looking here that like there's this lunatic, literally. There's a crazy person in your life or a situation that you need to leave behind. That you're kind of just like, he's kind of got this like, okay, it's time. So I did. It was kind of the same with Virgo, where it's one of those, like not bittersweet, but like that it's there and that you have to leave it behind, and it's okay to leave it behind this time. It's not just, we gotta be sad and dramatic about it. We can just observe these emotions. I'm trying to read here too that because I did put different things for both of you. Okay, so I also put here to move to your place of high vibration. So you're no longer wanting to, and if this is leaving the country, if you're just done and you're like, I don't want to be in the negative United States, I don't want to be around some sort of negativity in your life, some sort of a lunatic, something that does bring you down, you have to move away from it. And it doesn't have to be as big as this like lunatic or whatever, but maybe there's somebody in your life where it's just this relationship that's kind of held on longer than it has needed to. And, you move away, you get your, kind of your little joy locations. Cause like for me, I still have some, we have family members or, friendships in our life that have just kind of lingered on, and you know that it's just like not what it used to be. You're different people now, and that's fine. Like part of the thing of growing and expanding is sometimes we grow away from people. And so what I was gonna say is, like, you kind of have found these happy places in your life, like your little areas. Mine's here in, my home or nature. Like, I love going for little nature walks, and you have to embrace those joyous spots, because even if it's okay, a negativity at your job or something like that, and you still have to go there right now, and you're like, oh, I'd love to leave the country, but it's not like in my means or anything right now, or I don't see how I'm gonna get there, which maybe you'll just get there catapulted somehow direction in your life. But maybe you're what if you're still in these negative environments and you do have to just, still see these people on the daily and be around them, don't forget to go to your joyous locations. So go to your sanctuary of your house, or nature, or the beach, or boats by water, wherever like your really happy places are. You need to balance out the negativity that you do get in life. So this is just, in general too, like we go throughout our day and maybe a cashier at a store barks at us and you're just like, whoa, what was with her day? And then you pick up like this little bit of like negative energy on her, and it just sits on your shoulder. And it's not until we really like, you can clear that. But the best clearing for me is just being in your joy location. That's Sabrina. She's our little foster, I should say our giant foster. If you'd like to adopt her, she's up for adoption. She's wearing her fancy tuxedo for you. So seek out your happy places. Be accepting that you're leaving negativity behind. I'm sorry, I'm coming in like a slatted face sunshine. But yeah, just, move forward, be in your positive place. I put on here, I'm sorry, Virgos, I didn't read your mantra for you, but I did mantra month of March, so I just kind of added here. And it is just kind of what we were talking about. So if you sit with your eyes closed, be where your joy is, or be your joy. Be your joy, be where you are most joyful. That's it. Like, that's your secret for the month, for your life, wherever you are. So be in all that joy, okay, Tauruses? In Virgo, I'll save you to the end just so I can skip ahead to the end. I'll read you your mantra. So guys, we're going to finish up with Capricorn. Capricorn, you are the Sword of Knights. So Sword of Knights comes here with a message. He yields a message for the Capricorns. What is he telling us? He's saying that I am the Knight of Swords, and that I have a warning for you. He wants to warn you, because knights go into battles. He wants to warn you not to rush into anything this month. He's trying to protect you. He's here with his own experiences, his own battles, his creepy kind of voodoo doll thing going on down there, but he wants to tell you to not rush into things. He wants to tell you to sit with emotions for a day or two and view them. He wants to tell you to be aware now when you hear this message, you get to go into your life and not like erupt at things. So not to be reactive to things in the month ahead, because I used to think that kind of an impossible task, like, no, I'm my emotions and I need to express them, and if I feel anger, I need to show this anger. Which is fine, you're expressing, you're not bottling anymore. Maybe that is some sort of a step forward from bottling anyway, but I think we're at a different place where Capricorns, you need to, you're at this more intelligent point in your life where you can now just move through life and view things how they are. So now the tests come, right? Woo, tests! That's what I love about our little Earth school here. So pass the tests, and it's like, you'll not get put in those situations as often of people being thrown into your life that make you erupt. I find that to be a fascinating thing of living, is like, oh, I didn't focus so much attention on it. I didn't, get angry at the person that cut me off and created all this and, just sent signals up to your higher self like, I still need to work on this. So, monitor kind of what, makes you erupt still. What are those little triggers in life? And when you can, get to a point where really nothing bothers you anymore, woo! Let's all get to that point. Things can just roll off your back. It doesn't have to just be an expression like water on a duck's feathers. Let things literally just roll off your back. Capricorn, I'll leave you with a mantra, and that was just to stay in what feels good. So Capricorns, stay in what feels good. Kind of actually the same as what I was gonna say, that is another mantra. It goes with it, but to go with your observing of your emotions, I love this one because we get wrapped up in being these emotions, but I feel my emotions, I am not my emotions. I feel my emotions, I am not my emotions. I feel my emotions, I am not my emotions. So that's it. That is you, Capricorn. You already know this stuff. You guys are the, guiding lights of the world. So go out there, do what feels good, acknowledge it. When something comes in that tests you, know that it's a test. Pass these little tests, and then, less people show up that annoy you. So, many blessings to you. Happy Valentine's Day. Virgos, if you did kick ahead, I did have a mantra for you also. So to go with your leaving things behind, just a hidden little gem like at the end of a Marvel. So Virgos, I will put a message to skip ahead here, but if you missed this, if you're one of the ones that did find the message, your mantra for the month is, I am victorious, there is no failure. So kind of like something to stick with for the month, Virgos, is that, we are on this big winding path, and that if you feel like you're failing in that relationship we talked about, or it's not a failure. You're gonna just, keep rolling forward, keep grooving and dancing and jabbing and staying in what feels good. So you are victorious. Say it. I am victorious. I am victorious. I am victorious, and there is no failure. So Virgos, I love you very much. I hope this found you at a perfect time in your life, and happy Valentine's Day again. I love you all, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.